how pleasure is killing you. If you are like the majority of people, spend most of your day going and doing pleasing activities like scrolling, watching rainwater, maybe going to dark places of the internet. Now, you should already know that these are bad things and bad habits. And by doing them, you literally forsake what life has to offer and your time for infinite content that is probably generated by AI. But as always, there is a solution to the madness that holds our generation, which is finding our way out of the content that makes us go from a normal human state of stimulus, thinking, and response, which is human, to an animal state of stimulus and response. From the thumbnail, you could probably know that my main example will be Nagi. But if you don't know him, Nagi is a character from the very popular anime Blue Lock, written by Muneyuki Kanashiro and illustrated by Yusuke Nomura, centered around the idea of ego. This is the hidden drive that animates the very soul of everyone, every human. In the manga and anime, Nagi is encountered as a young man who always had an innate talent for football, but is not willing to put in the effort. He ends up meeting Mikage Ryo, the successor of a rich businessman, and because of him, he would start playing football. Well, long story short, they form a strong tandem, but they end up being selected for a special training program, and they will continue to dominate their opponents. But the interesting part is that during the match against Isagi Yoichi, basically the main character of this manga, Nagi will continue to score, but towards the end, he will wake up and he's going to truly start to invest himself and to grow throughout the manga. Now, obviously, the title of this video is a bit misleading because all forms of pleasure are not necessarily bad.
Wrong.
But it is a recurring term that, contrary to what most animes portray, talent is bound to break if not exercised in a regular way. As says the author of the Metallurgicon. No. If work then is the necessary input to improve one's talent and to develop in areas that lack it, what happens when you stay in your comfort zone? You decay little by little. That's why if Nagi stayed the way he was bound to be eliminated by someone with talent and hard work. Obviously, in real life, people don't get eliminated from life. Well, maybe they do, but you see the point. One of the most interesting proposals is, in fact, one of the most interesting solutions, in my opinion, is the idea of proactivity. You have to identify what you can work on and work on that, basically. Yes, there is more to it, but this is the essence. If you are anything like me, you usually see life happening to you instead of you shaping a life. That's why we need proactivity. You have to be aware that in the overwhelming majority of cases, you have the choice. You choose. Even while in class, you don't think you have. You think you have to follow what the teacher says, for example. You choose to follow what he says because he may have something interesting to say to you. Or because you choose to not have bad grades. Well, it's more of a paradigm shift. When applied to real life, when every situation is reformulated as a choice on your behalf, bears significant results. In the long run, of course. Second tool will be imagination. Sounds cliche, but hear me out. Imagination is a kind of weird ability that we possess that allow us to see situations that did not happen yet. And it allows also human beings to plan for the future. Here I'm talking about using it to direct your current actions. Now, to borrow from the math sorcerer, a YouTuber that talks about math basically, links in the bio. Imagine you can achieve everything you want, given enough time. Everything. The bigger goal, the better. Now, use your imagination to see your ideal future once you achieve your desired outcome in life. Try to see it vividly. You have now your vision, and everything you have to do now is to design the steps that will lead you there. If you have correctly done the exercise, it should even take less effort because you should be craving to accomplish that goal. If you are still anxious, remember that you still can correct it while moving, because it's by moving that you will learn. In other words, start with something. The first thing look at that comes to mind, and you will direct yourself better afterwards. But do not spend too much time being anxious about what can happen and other things. Trust yourself. Well, I think that's all for today. The last part was mainly for those who don't know yet what to do with their life and that are a bit lost, like I was. And if you still doubt, I would suggest to try for a week or two at least. I hope it helped. And please, don't forget to like and subscribe to support my work. See you.